Off Killer Discussions. I'm your host, Joe B. Sit with me, cause it's the G-Funk era, funked out with the gangster twist. If you smoke like I smoke, then you high like every day.
Good
and if your
evening.
ass is a buster, 603 will regulate. Mr. Billy C. sitting with me.
That was intimate and deep. I like
I told you I've been practicing all day.
Thank you.
All day. Of course, we are brought to you by Smoke Proper, Conic Construction, and Barley and Hops. This week, I walked in. It almost seemed fitting, right? We had just finished Beers, and Battle Scars, the beard competition that we did for Veterans Counts. If you haven't noticed, I'm a lot less of me right here. I mean,
I'm still the same.
I'm going to catch up to that in like tomorrow.
By morning.
We just wrapped that up, raised over $3,000 for them doing
Yes,
this beard
sir.
competition that's going to go to help veteran families, help veterans, pay somebody's bills, get their car fixed. You need some glasses? You all right? You going to cry already?
No, I'm
You
going
wanna
to take
get
my
to that?
glasses off.
Okay.
You got me all fogged up with that,
She all
that
fucking
intro,
up
man. You
blushing.
got me all.
So I walked in to talk to Chris, see what's new. He pointed me to 14th Star Brewery in Vermont. They are way the fuck up in Vermont.
I've
Like,
never heard of this one.
I wanna
and
go.
I frequent Vermont.
this is their Follow Me American IPA, which I like the story, right? Follow Me is an American IPA brewed with 5 American and Australian hops, which,
That's all right.
good day, mate. Imparting notes of tropical fruit, citrus, resinous hop oil. Follow Me is not only the motto of the United States Infantry, but it summarizes what we here at 14th strive for: to inspire others to stand up, make an impact, and lead their own causes to victory. Follow Me, which is even more fitting for how I want this episode to go. Are you looking up 14th Star right now?
No.
Oh, you didn't have to swing it over
But
yet. You
hey,
can keep it so you can see it. I don't want your eyes to hurt.
Lead the
when
way,
you have
sir.
To stream, when you have to look at it. So
This is actually
anyways.
really good. It's different, and it helps. I mean, it goes down smooth with all the hot weather we've been having up here.
Yeah,
I know
if you
most
can't
people
hear the
outside of New
thunder.
England. Yeah, I know. See, that was my backup, though. My fellow rider on the storm.
Okay, as long as you didn't go Thunder Road on me.
No,
And the Thunder
there will be
Road.
there will be no Garth Brooks references.
I think that's the only one I know. Or is he the I Got
I think
Friends
it's the
in Low
only hit
Places?
he ever had.
He's the I Got Friends Low Places, right? That's him.
Oh yeah, I think that was one of his hits too.
Other than that, I think that'd probably be it.
For anybody who's watching, they could probably see the sarcasm on my face, but yeah, it is thundering and lightning out there.
Yeah, I think it's probably raining. But either way, it's good. 4.9, so it's very light. Like, this is
It's an easy
probably
drinker.
one of the lightest ones I've had in quite some time.
It's not a real punch in the face with like any kind of individual flavor. It's just a nice drinker.
It's refreshing.
It is.
Especially after mowing the lawn.
Yeah.
I did that earlier.
I did
That's
that
why I said
yesterday
it.
when I got home.
Shot.
I decided to do it. I said, you know what? Today's the hottest fucking day of the week. I think I'm going to come home from work and mow the lawn. Sounds like a good idea.
Well, I had to do it before it rained because
Yeah.
it keeps raining on the weekends, so I don't get out there to do it, and then it's just, it's been hard. It's been hard trying to mow the lawn. Front, back, do adult stuff like that.
But you did all the manscaping up top. Got that thing taken care of.
Well, I had Ryan do it.
Yeah.
After the competition, I was not the first in line. There were definitely other contestants that jumped in first.
Yeah. There were a couple
I,
people almost fell over the table trying to get to that seat.
Excuse me. It's a burpee drink. Our friend Dan F. won. He raised, at one time, over $900 for them. But then after realizing and me calling him out for voting for himself for $300, he realized that he made a critical error after a Friday night of drinking
Very expensive
to
error.
add money to it. But he still, after they kicked him back, what the extra was, like, in
Yeah.
$300 is a lot when it's like a hopes.
Yep.
So-
And he's now grounded for a month from having his phone and credit card when he drinks.
Yeah, they'll be
Fair
taken away.
point. Or fair enough.
But he raised over $675 just for him to win the fan favorite.
I personally think he just intimidated people into giving him money.
He is a big dude.
Yeah. I think he just said,
They
give
all just
Dan money.
waited
and-
to the end.
Yeah. It's all right,
Bastard.
though. It was for a good cause. We raised a good amount of money.
Yeah, it was good.
Felt
I liked
good.
it. It was
Had
a
a
good
fun
time.
time.
Summer Sizzler, we hung out with Podcast and H. Shit happens when you party naked, and we need to talk. And I know a couple other, Chris from the New Hampshire Business Show showed up. I heard there was a couple other ones. So it was a good time hanging out with them. We had some rain.
There was a dope taco truck.
Yes.
It was very needed.
Yes.
It rained a little bit, but then the weather got nice.
I definitely chafed the next day. Like by the end of it, I was just between being wet and then dry and hot and sweaty and fat, and it was hot, like in a canopy.
A little bit of Gold Bond application.
We did a live stream that the video quality is probably, I mean, it's horrible, really. It's no production quality. It's not this quality at all. So if you want, you can help out the podcast. Go to wehavemerch.com, Off Color Discussions Podcast. Buy a t-shirt, buy a beer sign. That's pretty much going to be my Christmas present to my family, is buying them stuff that's going to kick me back money, right?
Why wouldn't they want show merch?
That's right.
I mean,
and it's advertising. I just have to buy it for them.
Yes.
And it's like, it's
But
almost
then
like,
you get your money back.
that's what I'm saying.
So
right?
it's all good.
So yeah. It was fun, dude. It was cool to sit back and 7 months of work and planning and learning, not really doing.
There's
I don't know.
definitely been a lot of that.
Yeah. Seeing what we could accomplish, like it was cool. And then we kicked it with a couple celebratory beers afterwards.
Yes, we did. A few of them.
Yeah, it was a good time.
It was.
Definitely broke one.
Everybody seems to be glad that they could shave, and with this hot weather,
It's nice.
it must feel a lot better.
I feel like I have my face back.
It's not just like this mane.
With this extension of just in the wayness.
Now, did you trim up along
times.
the way? Or did you just let it go?
No. They were definitely one pulled out of a lot. If they were in my peripheral, I would just pull them out. I don't know, because I was bored. I don't. And then because I'm too cheap to actually just have them cut off, like, and evened up.
Or just find a pair of Crayola scissors in this house and maybe trim it up yourself instead of yanking it out.
Maybe
you are a glutton for punishment, so
yeah. So it was good. Like it was nice to be back and be me and reflect on everything, reflect on myself for.
So you just sat
changes.
and looked in the mirror?
Yeah, man. Like I've been doing that obviously a lot lately. I did it at Umbagog when we went camping, and then that night, like talking with your father-in-law, who's known me for 20 years, but from like an adult's point of view.
Yeah.
So you were a prick, you know that? Sorry, what is going on right now? Like, are you trying to roast me?
I mean,
like, why?
I mean, he did come at
like,
you a little hard, but
it was just like, wait,
it
what?
was truth.
How did that conversation just get started? There was no segue. It was just bang.
The alcohol was the segue.
Whoa, all right. Like, am I getting roasted? But it's true though. Like I know that. That's the thing, right? Is knowing that. For a long time, dude, I was a fucking prick. I was an asshole, and it is what it is.
It's liberating, isn't it?
What? Being a
self-aware asshole?
Oh,
I've been self-aware since I was wee lad. I just knew I wasn't going to be a very nice person.
But I am nice now. Like that's on you, man.
I'm comfortable in the fact that
you can be comfortable with that. I was comfortable at the time with being a prick, but there's just something different that made me open up. But when I was young, like growing up, I was adopted at 4 by my brother's biological father, not my dad, obviously, why he adopted me. And then my brother was born, and like before we like moved, how many times did you move in your life? You ever counted out?
Oh, good God. I lost count somewhere around, I don't know, 15, 20, somewhere around there.
So 23 times in 37 years I moved.
I think I'm only counting the different states, so yeah.
No,
I've had different apartments and like.
No, I count. Moving is moving.
Oh,
I don't care if it's down the road. You still gotta pack shit up.
Probably upwards of 50.
Fucking move, right? Like there's still a process that goes in. If it's a big enough city, you move from one side to the other. Like that changes your world.
Yeah.
Like especially as a kid. So when I was 6, we moved out to Nevada. My brother was 3. The only thing I really remember about timelines elude me. Like I couldn't tell you what year anything ever happened. I can tell you where like shit that happened, but not years. I have no idea what year is what. We moved out to Nevada because my mom was sick. My brother was in a tent when, like for asthma, like he almost fucking died. So he was in
Like
like
a
a
bubble
fucking
boy
bubble, yeah, for a while. Like so, after we moved, like it was for health reasons, the dry air. We moved to Reno, Nevada. Stayed with my great uncle, my mom's uncle, and his boyfriend because you couldn't get married when you were gay at the time. Go
Yeah.
figure. Go figure. So
Such archaic times.
there's a casino in Reno called Bally's, and
That's more shocking.
he
that there was a
won
casino.
awards for cross dressing. He was a showgirl, like. Yeah,
This was before the whole like.
Oh yeah. Before
Yeah.
yeah.
Before
Or I
the-
mean, before it was okay and it can be accepted, or maybe it was accepted then there. Oh damn it, Vegeta!
Oh, we had a jumper.
Fucking Hillary Clinton got to him.
Uh-oh.
So that's where like my hatred of horses and
I hate horses
farm
too.
animals come because he had a ranch. I
Horses
think I've
are
told that
dicks,
story.
dude.
They are assholes. Fuck horses.
Horses are dicks.
Fuck horses. I have
They scare the shit out
They
of
have
me.
no need except for farming, and I will never farm. Yeah, it's raining now. Oh yeah, it's raining. It's
You know,
thunder
it's
and
funny.
lightning,
Most
bro.
people think New England is like 2 seasons. We have fall and then like shitty winter, and then the rest of it's like that's all we live in. I love running.
we get touches of summer.
You ever run into somebody outside of this area and tell them where you're from, and they have no clue that New Hampshire's a state? Like, is that near Boston? Is the answer or the question I always get?
I do get the Boston thing. It's near Boston. I mean, it's an hour away. That's still, and traffic blows dick trying to get in there because you got 8 million people or however many I don't know. You can Google that. How many people are in New England? Like all jammed into the coast for the most part.
Yeah, I remember I had I'm not gonna say who it was. I don't really care. My sister's boyfriend at the time came up here for my wedding, and we're driving out of Boston. And the dude hadn't seen so many trees in his life, and he asked me, he's like, "Oh, the Patriots are, they're a wicked good football team. How far away from New England, or how far away is New England from here?" You're in New England.
Yeah,
It's a group of states, and they don't realize that. I've had so many people when you tell them I'm from New Hampshire. Where's that? It's up near Massachusetts. Oh, is that where Boston is?
Yeah,
pretty much.
They know Boston.
Anything north of that, it must be Canada for some people. But I mean, that's because we've moved around, so we kind of have a better understanding of geography.
Yes. I heard somebody say that New Hampshire was known as the Canada.
There's only
of the
14
United
million
States.
people in New Hampshire.
No, that's New England, bro.
I mean, New England.
That's New
That's what I
England.
meant. New England. It says right
That's
there.
6
New England.
fucking states.
Yeah, I know.
There's 20 million people in
surprised.
LA.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised that there's 14 million people in those 6 states. It doesn't seem like it would be that many.
Documented.
When was that census last done?
2010.
Oh,
No. Yeah, 2010.
we're well over 16 million at this point. We got long winters the last couple winters. People be fucking.
Yeah, that is a good point.
Let me ask you a question. I thought of.
the most 6,794.
That's not surprising.
Somebody got LASIK.
Yeah. Damn.
No, Coke bottle.
So I was thinking about this today because I've been kind of in a rut of what I want to listen to lately, like popping on.
All right, we're not getting
Pandora.
there yet. I'm not done with my story. Before you go to your TED.
Yeah, but I know this.
No,
I've known you for 20 years.
No, but there's a lot of stuff I think you don't know.
Okay, I'll give you that because I did not know you tried to screw a cripple in Florida. So if you got any more of those stories, let's get to those because
I mean,
save the good ones. You might be
yeah. There's
submitting
no.
ahead of time.
You ever see The Wizard with Kevin?
Yeah, with Fred Savage.
There you go, Fred
And
Savage, Kevin.
the Power
That's his name
Glove.
on the Wonder Years. Yeah,
It was the first time.
So you remember when they're
Mario Bros. 3 was
walking
shown.
through the desert and there's that bug spider thing? They're trying to find that. They're trying to get to California still. They're going through Nevada to get to California for that
with
game
the dinosaur thing.
thing. After that,
Okay.
but there's like a spider, a black
Yeah,
spider
vaguely.
made out of like a punch bug. You could Google that too. Like
The Wizard.
I've seen that in person. I don't know how many people could see that.
I think there's pictures of me in that area because that is right
You
around
can
the
just
brontosaurus,
It was called The Wizard.
the tar pits, La Brea. can't even remember every time I've moved. I don't understand how you know how that.
Because I sat down and actually counted. Like again, for the past 3 years, dude, since this Jesus without Jesus moment, I don't know how to explain it. Like with the part where I've stop being an asshole. As much as you like being an asshole. Like me not being an asshole, us being friends, still baffles me. The fact that even I have the friends and the family that I have,
that is
baffles me for how I behaved. That you know what I mean? Like, and trying everything is trying to make up for that. Trying to be a good person to make up for the shit. And I feel I owe you apologies, so I'm giving you your apology.
I appreciate that.
For being a bully and an asshole.
I thought that intro was the apology. And that was beautiful.
I mean, it's from the heart.
It was from the heart. Okay, you can't have this on because I'm going to start watching it. And distract the shit out of me.
Like, why are you looking at the trailer? Like, if you go to images to,
giant spider in California.
No, Nevada.
Is it in Nevada?
Yeah, it's in Nevada. It's a black widow beetle. I don't know, because it's made out of a beetle in Nevada. I don't know. I don't know how to fucking Google. What do I look like? I just put in words, and sometimes shit works. Sometimes it doesn't. I
sometimes
go, God damn it!
Stuff you don't want to find.
Yeah.
But okay, see, yeah, that's all right. We'll let you figure that out.
Yeah, if you bring it over there and figure it out, I hope the folks at home aren't seeing it because they're probably going, "What in the fuck is going on?"
Does homie know how to spell on Google?
But yeah, man, it's been a fun ride, and now I feel like that after doing the whole beard competition, setting that up, the steps that I've made from being not introverted, but not really talking and expressing feelings or doing anything, trying to be ambitious enough to actually go out and do anything. The fact that I talked to bar owners and CrossFit gym owners and veterans from all over the place, that I went to a board meeting to pitch a fucking idea, blows my mind.
You're growing.
It's just weird.
I mean,
I know. Well, I know, but
I
know that, and I see that, and I just want you to know I appreciate you.
Well, I'm sorry. What was that?
I just want you to appreciate you.
Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate that.
In Nevada, if you
just Nevada giant spider.
Yeah, that.
Because right now you're finding some like
real
horrifying,
sick ass shit,
ugly looking ass,
and
shit.
You're distracting Billy.
And you're distracting me.
So,
I can't stop watching you type and then delete the letters that you mistyped and then type again.
All right.
It's fucking ADD, man. Squirrel.
But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Like, it's interesting to know. Like, I don't know. I watched my fucking dad beat the shit out of my mom growing up. Like, for a while, that thought that's how it was. That's how life was supposed to go. Like, it was just very weird. Like, but actually sitting back, I can map out certain points in my life that made differences.
You know, I think if more people actually looked back and could figure out those points that changed and formed their opinions and their perspective, I think you might be able to have more people adjusting their perspective and not being so stuck in their ways.
Probably, yeah. I mean,
I've done it. I've looked back, and I'm one of those people who says I have no regrets. Everything that's happened to me and everything that I've done has shaped the person I am today. But then you think about it, and there's those points, like you said, where you look back and it kind of goes, oh, that's why I was the way I was for doing things that way for so long. I mean, and then you figure out which point it was that made you change that. So I think as a person, if you can't go through those moments and grow, then you're just not doing anything. You're just wasting space. If you can't evolve as a person, then what are you even doing here?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're just stuck in your same ways, then you ain't doing nothing. You're not doing it. You're not doing a thing. You're not helping anybody. You're not being a part of a community. You're just being stuck.
No, you're just a cog in a machine.
I mean, I say I'm an asshole, and I am an asshole, and I'm comfortable in that fact, but I'm not. It's just something that I don't hide. I know it sounds brash to say asshole, and most people take that as you're just a dick to everybody, but I mean, I could be that too, but I just am blunt. Is that the best way to say it?
No, I was kidding.
I don't know. People always go, you're not that bad. You don't know me that long.
But I mean, there was a time I didn't give you a chance at all. Like, it wasn't because you were an asshole, just because I was a bigger asshole, I guess.
Because I'm brown.
That's fucked up. I'm mad at my Portuguese side.
You're, what is it, 11%?
46.
46%. No. I mean that you can use it for.
Yeah, something like that.
11% of the population or whatever.
Oh yeah. The 11. Yeah, it was 87% consider themselves like white in Europe, and then 11% don't, and then the other percent don't give a shit. But personally, I don't know. Like this whole fucking like white people shit, black people shit. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. It's just cultures. Like I don't know.
I've always said that I find it amazing how. I mean, I know I didn't have those kinds of conflictions. I think the fact that I was well traveled as a child, I didn't have those kind of views on people. Like I didn't see color, I didn't see religion, because I was always around a bunch of different kinds of people. I mean, when you're on a military base, there's every kind of people.
Yeah, I would imagine.
You know, wherever you're living, you're gonna have a hodgepodge of people. So I mean, even as a kid, but I look at my kids and it's like not even. It's just not even something that they think about. For the most part.
It's not taught in your house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you don't behave that way, so they see how you behave. Like I will say, having kids, as much as you would think that it would have changed me, it did not for a long time. Even that, like it was, again, up until literally 2 years ago, 3 years ago, maybe.
I don't 100%
the
agree
shift
with that.
changed.
I mean, I think as a person, having a child and being responsible for a little human being changes you in some way. You can't just be the same person.
There was a lot. I mean, probably not to the extent that I was before kids, but there was still a lot of that childish mentality there.
Yeah.
Like even with them, it wasn't like a quick like, oh fuck, oh yeah, you really. There was a couple oh no instances like we had spoke about the fight at Matt's house, not Matt's house. His father-in-law's house.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like my kid was there. Like I was supposed to be watching my kid, and like that's the shit that went down. Like that part at the time, like even during it, like I almost forgot he was fucking there because he was just upstairs watching Dinosaur or whatever over and over again.
Yeah, well,
so
now you know better.
Yeah,
and you have that reference point to go back to.
Yeah, getting punched in the face helps.
Yeah,
we'll say that.
It'll usually. Oh my god. What the hell is that?
Yeah, that thing right there.
That thing?
So they walk by that, although that doesn't look like it because I don't remember all those trailer parks in the movie. But
it's a different time, man. It's not the 80s anymore.
That's true. That is true. It's probably built up over there now.
It's probably a campground or a campground.
Retire.
So, yeah.
55 org community. But yeah. So that thing right there, I don't know if the people got to see it, but that thing that's in the movie that they walk by, I've seen that in real life. Nevada was like one of the coolest places I think that I ever lived. When it was between like 6 and 12 that I lived there. So yeah, I was there in 92, right about the time when fucking the riots happened in LA.
Oh, yeah.
And then it was right after that we moved back. But it was all good music. Good. The fact that more kids.
Oh, I fucking remember that thing. Sorry, I got distracted.
Can you move that over there so you can stop distracting?
Look at that.
Like,
remember the bug? It's got a trailer on it, but it rotates on the top. It's like a fifth wheel on its roof. Sorry, take that away. You're distracting me.
Jesus. Fucking
unmedicated. That's what happens.
Or is
sparkly.
Medicated.
So
squirrel. Good thing I put that red picture behind you then.
Yeah.
Not that they can see it.
No, they can't.
It's just under. But yeah, dude. Like when I lived in Carson City after Reno, 3 different areas. Went to 2 different schools. Hung out with just different groups of people. When we first moved to this one area, the day we moved in, my dad, the guy that raised me, my brother's dad, gets fucking arrested for threatening some guy with a crowbar.
Well, it's like prison, man. You gotta assert your dominance as soon as you get into a neighborhood.
This is my parking spot, motherfucker. I don't know who the fuck
get in the neighborhood, man.
But now it's like, yeah, that's right. I defend my hood. Every street that I'm on, this is my street now. You will get out of the street.
I can see how that can be a damaging mentality.
Yeah,
to build off
just
of.
a lot of different shit like that. They used to party a lot until it was after we moved to Carson City. My mom went back to like college to better her life, and fucking from there on, like there was no more parties. You know what I mean? Like she tried to grow up, and I don't think he was about it. He would drink fucking
And a bobcat
lots of scuffles, beat the shit. You know, it's crazy shit. Now we moved to another area. It'd be cool for a little while, and then it'd fucking change again, and this is fucking bizarre.
You were a ball of aggression.
Yeah, but,
Slightly smaller ball, but
yeah, I still get in trouble. I got suspended in 3rd grade for trying to fucking stab this kid with nails, like I was Wolverine and shit, like a dumbass dude, like for real. And then
I knew we were gonna get the good stories.
And then try to blame it on fucking I had headaches, like I'm a psychopath. Like straight up, dude. I swear to God, I know, right?
Ooh, you're lucky they didn't. You're lucky in the '80s they didn't give a shit about kids.
They're like, oh, Ritalin, sir. You are on Ritalin.
Yeah, it was free range parenting back then.
Yeah, they didn't give a fuck, right? I ran away from home one time. Like we said, not even really ran away. It was like seeking attention. Nobody was fucking home. Like fucking latchkey kids. So I'm running away. Fuck these babysitters. And we ran away to the park. Bro, we ran to the park with like a note, like we're gonna be down at the park, just so you know. You know what I mean? Like. Hopefully somebody come find me. Nobody fucking came.
You were gone 4 days. You came home. Your mom slapped you for not taking the trash out for 3 days.
That was where I met this kid, Ben. I couldn't tell you his last name, what he looked like, or anything like that. He lived like down the complex from us, and he his dad is what got me into like reading comics first. Because when I came in, he was a veteran, but he was like, I always read Sunday paper, always comics first. Always start your day like with a laugh, and I'm like, all right, man, that stuck with me. That's word of advice. And then after that, I don't remember too much. I think we stayed there probably a year. Rent probably went up, so we bounced. Dude, I am not the first person, because my mom now owns like a house, but it wasn't until she got with her now husband. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, this is the first. Buying my house was like, it was crazy. It's huge.
It is a little
weird, like.
When you settle down somewhere,
planting roots, bro.
Yeah, when you start planting roots somewhere after moving around your whole life, yeah, it's a little weird. I mean, even for me, I've lived here 22 years.
Damn, it's been long.
I mean, I lived up here when I was a kid, when my dad was stationed up in Pease when it was still an Air Force base. But, I mean, I've lived here as someone responsible for myself for 22 years, and until I had a girl and then got married and had kids, like I didn't really feel like the roots were settled in. Like, this is my place to live. I wouldn't really want to live anywhere else. Maybe the northwest.
Yeah.
No, I just mean this area of the country. Like, I'd have no problem moving a state over, but it's just I don't know.
I'd have to like go back to Carson City to see what it is now.
It's not the same.
Probably not. It's probably not. But then we moved to this other hill, this house on a hill. It had a fucking like ranch, like it was like 5 acres of all just like field, and out there it's like desert field almost, like
sparse grass.
Yeah, Carson City is basically in a valley, so you get all these huge ass mountains around you that make these mountains over here look like hills.
Yeah,
like they're just gigantic fucking mountains. But then you have like flat areas where it's just you can run forever. There was a prison there. If you went out too close, they'd shoot at you. They wouldn't hit you, but they'd shoot. They'd shoot. Fucking. There's been a couple of times where, pew, I'm out of here. See you later. That's too close. Like they don't give a fuck.
I always regretted not appreciating. Well, I shouldn't say that, because I really don't regret it. I just wish I had maybe appreciated living in Europe a little bit more. Yeah, but being the age I was, I mean, I didn't care. It just sucked because I couldn't get regular TV. Like, we were watching TV.
French channels?
No, what they had was...
Oh, you were in Germany, right?
Yeah, I was in Germany, and on the base, they basically had Air Force TV, and it was...
We now return you to Hogan's Heroes. God damn it.
Yeah, basically.
Again? Now next on MASH. What the fuck, bro? Can I get like some normal shit? Can I get some cartoon?
Like Simpsons, I think, was the biggest thing at the time for us that we used to get. Like, we would get weekly episodes, but those episodes would be 3 months behind what the U.S. was watching.
Wow,
maybe even more. Yeah, they would air. Occasionally, we would get live football games, but they were usually pre-recorded that they would get from the U.S.
Time difference, right?
Yeah. So. Well, sometimes they would just be pre-recorded, and then they send them over, to these bases or whatever, their news feed, or however they broadcast. I think it's like a centralized location in each area, but they would send, football games that were 2 weeks old.
But, my friend, remember Dante?
Yes.
So that was my best friend when he lived up here. Like it was basically him. They adopted me basically even after I moved up here. Parents, it was a weird time. But he told me when he was in Guam as a kid, because his father is in the Air Force, or retired Air Force now. They would watch, I think it was like the Super Bowl, like they wheeled like the TV into their classroom during the day so that they could watch it. Because it was like
there was a couple viewing
there.
parties where they would do that, where they'd get everybody at like, the local rec center or something, and they'd broadcast it, live on a biggest TV that they could put in there. But yeah, I mean, it's a weird upbringing growing up on growing up on military bases and then moving like all that time. But it gives you a perspective. It kind of gives it sucks as a kid, obviously, but it kind of gives you a little bit of taste of that perspective that we talk about when everybody should serve.
Yeah.
It's that world view where as a child, I mean, I remember when we lived in Germany, we used to watch Unsolved Mysteries.
I remember that shit.
And that was like our shit. Like the family, we get together, we watch it. Some of the shit was messed up. And I remember the week before we came home, there was
some of that shit was messed up. I mean, they're Unsolved Mysteries.
Some of it was, it's all messed up. But like the ghost ones, you never really believe. They just poorly reenacted. I mean, at the time they were state of the art shit. You know what I'm saying? But no, I remember like a week or two before we were supposed to come back to the States, we had just got we were supposed to go one place and they changed their minds and sent us somewhere else. And we ended up in Oklahoma. And I remember distinctly seeing an episode about the area where we were going, where there was like kids missing or a murder or something. I remember being terrified going back to the States.
Can't wait.
We're going back home.
Awesome.
No.
Whoa. No. You better go ask to get reassigned, bro.
Yeah.
Now they are taking kids. Well, really, they've been taking kids the whole time. But anyway, I think one of the coolest things that I missed that I wish like my kids could experience is over there. You could go up in the mountains, and they had this. It was like a city, or not a city. It was like a little town called Virginia City.
Yeah. That
was still like parts of it were still old Western like saloon style cowboy shit, dirt road. You could walk up in there. It's fucking. They got the gates and the door. They serve you sarsaparilla and all that, cream soda and root beer shit. Like, I mean, adults could obviously get adult beverages, but like Mark Twain had a house there. But like driving up the sides of them mountains, dude, and looking down, like, fuck yo, if you're a piece of shit truck, don't make it. Like, we're fucked, dude. Like, I don't know if you know this. Like, look, you're looking out the window, like, fuck this shit. Why do you don't like heights? Because I used to ride up the side of mountains. That's why I don't like fucking heights.
That scares me because I do want to do the Mount Washington Road here, and I've seen it. I mean, I've seen how wide it is.
I saw Travis Pastrana doing it.
Oh, dude, that is sick. I mean, I've seen how narrow it is, but I don't know. Even oh man, I don't know if I could drive up there because at some point you have to be looking over that edge, and I know it's not the whole way, but
no, but that's a good point too. Yeah.
But homie made it in record time, so watching him do it is maybe good enough for me.
If I could do it that fast, that'd be sweet. Probably not though.
Holy shit.
I'm not gonna try. I mean, there's no need for that.
For anybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about, just
Travis
Google
Pastrana.
Travis Pastrana, world record Mount Washington run. It's sick. Homies.
Yeah, it's not Ken Block, right?
No. I think he attempted it a long time ago. Travis Pastrana basically broke his own record, but he smashed it this time. Like, they took a basically supercar WRX up this time. Like, they stripped it of everything. There was almost zero, like, the weight percentage compared to the first time he ran it. It had to have been like a 30% weight reduction. It was huge, and the power that they were running the I forget what it is. It's a company out of Vermont. It's I'll have to look it up. It's like Vermont Motorsports or something, but they're like dominating the rally circuits right now, and that's who he drives for, and they use their actual race car.
That'd be the one like race that I would do.
Race up the mountain or a rally race?
Rally.
I don't know, man. You got a little bit of trust issues right now. You're still working on that.
I don't have to.
You got to trust the guy next to you telling you everything and like memorization, and you see how fucking you got to be dialed in. I'm not saying you couldn't do it. I'm just saying
you could navigate.
Me navigate?
Yeah, you navigate.
How am I gonna tell you like curves and degrees while I'm screaming like a little bitch in the passenger seat? I can't help you. I've got trust issues.
That's a fair point. You definitely have trust issues.
I don't even like driving to the grocery store in someone else's passenger seat. Like,
I can see that. That's why I drive everywhere.
I drive everywhere too. Well, at least I try to. I got trust issues when it comes to the road. There's a lot of kids out there now.
Yeah, no shit. Being taken.
Why do we gotta keep going to that? You trying to take this dark?
Not yet.
Not yet.
But when
Just wait, folks.
when we moved from that house, like it's 3 different spots, changed schools. I changed 2nd grade. Yo, fuck school, right? This is where school pissed me off. 2nd grade, before we moved, my teacher, Miss Cox, had this lady behind me, girl behind me, poke me in the back with a pencil every time I stopped doing work. So me being the kid that still has that chip on the shoulder, fucking, all right, bitch, fucking stab away. And I sat there and took it. Fuck school. I've been in the corner, paddled, like, fuck school. Some of it was obviously my own doing, which I didn't know at the time, but that being basically told to give up at that age, like, it sticks with you, man. Fuck that. Like, even when I was in school here, like, my guidance counselors, they basically, peace out, see you later.
My guidance counselor asked me why I was doing what I was doing because my situation was a little different. And they told me, why are you doing it? Just drop out. You're not going to make it. Which, to me, is the complete opposite of what your guidance counselor should be telling you. But
no, but right, like, you're not going to make it to college to be a liberal bastard thing. You might as well get the fuck out and check out. Like, instead of pushing a trade or, or but even that, get your GED. You have to score higher depending on what one you go for.
I kind of envy people who get their GED because I know people who have gotten it. Well, the amount of stuff you have to know is because you can coast for 4 fucking years and do the bare minimum and graduate high school barely being able to read. Yeah. There are a lot of things on those GED exams that they don't even like ask you on the SATs that you spend 4 years, preparing for. So anybody who gets their GED, I mean, I give them tons of credit because it's a harder thing to do, in my opinion, than, it's boring to sit through school for 4 hours.
I didn't sit through school. I just took
Well,
the
that's
test.
what I'm saying. For people who graduate high school and those people who just
4 hours schooling.
4 years. Is it? 4 years. They coast at that C level, that 2.5, 2 point, that bare minimum. And there's tons of people who do. We mass produce our children out of our education system. They're actually not very educated and when they get out. Yeah. Well, just in general. I mean, they teach you such a condensed version of everything, and they try to throw so much at these kids in 12 years of school. I mean, if you think about it, think about the last 12 years of your life and everything that you've learned. And then from kindergarten to high school, how much they try and teach you in a 12-year period. Right? That's a lot of things. They're teaching you everything from how to read and socialize all the way up to how to do advanced algebra and, literature and taking SATs and preparing you for college. I mean, they try to cram so much in there, and people wonder why our education system isn't as good as it could be because
they're training them to be factory workers.
Yeah,
like you're like you said, mass
or go to college.
Yeah,
for that.
Some of those,
for most of those white privilege, like
liberal arts,
the liberites. Did you see the? I don't want to get too far off your.
No, we can go.
You're reminiscing, but did you see the tweet from Trump? Was it you who retweeted?
Which one?
His Purple Heart. Is it the Purple Heart or Medal of Honor? It was the Medal of Honor thing that he was.
Did I retweet his? I might have. Anything with the Purple Heart, I'm still gonna I get the story.
I can't remember if it was the Purple Heart or if it was the Medal of Honor or something. It was like 236 year anniversary of it. But
I think it's the Purple Heart that just happened.
Okay, so I saw that. Did you read the tweet that he put out?
No, so maybe I didn't retweet it.
I was kind of impressed
because he spoke with words.
Well, okay. At first, I had to read through it twice because I wasn't so sure that he might have tweeted that himself. He might have had somebody do it for him. But then there was I think there was a misspelling or two, so that confirms it was him. But what I mean by that is his Memorial Day thing. When he kind of made it about him at the end of it. That was my one problem with it. Well, I think he made it all about what it was.
This time.
So, just a little positive
Did you
note.
just give him a shout out?
Just a little positive note to the president's direction. Look, I'm not.
Wow.
Listen,
Whoa,
okay. Just because I'm not a supporter of him does not
shit.
mean I can't acknowledge that he's doing things.
Oh.
You pointed it out to me about the
PJ's
sex
probably
trafficking.
high-fiving the wall right now, like I turned him.
PJ's running for the lube right now. He's like, I gotta finish this thing off.
Bunk lube.
Yeah, this bunk lube.
You gonna enter that contest?
No, I got nothing that exciting.
I mean, you still got time. You can make something that exciting. It goes through all of August.
You know what? I didn't think about it like that.
Come on, man.
Don't live
I've
in the past. Live
Look,
for the now.
That's right.
All right. You want to just cut this? I'm gonna take off for the night.
I didn't mean now, sir.
But yeah,
I will shout that out for them though, just so people know what we're talking about. Hashtag no offense. Sponsor Spunk Lube. I think it's like there's some promo going on if you submit your craziest, greatest, funniest, awkwardest story of the sexual variety.
Too bad Chris can't. He's already used up his.
Oh, he should submit. Can you submit? That was hilarious.
That one was a winner right there.
Episode 41. Hashtag no offense. You can go figure it out for yourself.
Hilarious.
But they have a promotion going throughout all of August. Submit your stories. If you win, there's some prize involved. Honestly, I forget what the prize is. Maybe a free bottle.
It's
or
like 3 months
they'll
supply
help you out.
spunk lube.
I mean, how much do you really need? Does a little go a long way?
I don't know. 3 months supply. How far does that actually get you? I don't know. Little 1 ounce tubes.
Maybe.
But yeah. So, I mean, I know PJ's probably getting hard on him about that, but it's not that I know he likes to call me this flaming liberal, but it's not that
Did he say flaming?
I think he's used the word flaming. If not, there you go, PJ. You can use that on the net.
It's a little homophobic, don't you think?
Well, no, I just think it means bright and hot in that direction. Like how I spun that, right? That's right. Anybody looking for, PR department? I'm always for a career change.
I'm good at writing stuff.
But yeah, I can admit when he's doing something right. And after you had pointed out to me, because I know it, I think it was like the early 40s, we had a little debate about what he's actually got done and I still stand firm on most of it. But you were right on the sex trafficking thing. He's definitely cracked down on that. And some of it is rollover, but most of it is him, and I can give him credit. I've done more research on it after you said that, and
we can get into that a little later. Too.
I don't want to get into sex trafficking, man.
Not the sex trafficking.
Oh,
the Q and the sex trafficking.
Is that the
QAnon?
QAnon? Okay,
yeah, it's now mainstream. Which is
just
weird.
started following him because I had no idea who it was. You said Q, and I was just looking for Q, and it was bringing me to some different ones.
I don't know.
So.
I just preferred. Yeah. Anyway, that's a whole. It's probably like a whole other show. I think after we moved from that house with the field, it was on Kansas Street. It was right next to a Boeing place. There was a telephone company, not New
Boeing,
England.
like in the airplanes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like they also do like missile defense and stuff like that. Some of their stuff. Was it Boeing? Yeah, it was Boeing.
I think Lockheed and Skunk is out there too.
Lockheed and Martin?
Skunk.
I
think it's Skunk.
That was Martin.
I don't think it's Martin anymore.
Well, I'm not up to date on my missile defense contracts.
I think they bought out the Martin and then teamed up with Skunk because they offer maybe an advancement to what they were already working on.
Sweet.
Some of that is
hearsay.
No, it's not hearsay, but unfortunately that company falls into some of the conspiracy shit. So you hear
we can get there.
I'm not going to get there.
You want a Rochambeau for a beer?
Sure. Damn. Beer bitching it.
So when we moved on Kansas Street into this ranch, that's where the dog that we had, Chopper, it was like a dingo.
You want this other one?
Yeah, the Moody from Woodstock. Moody IPA. I don't know what the 26 is, but
I'm telling you that Mosaic is
that is
the most purchased beer I think I've purchased this summer outside of Budweiser.
I could say, yeah, it definitely is. That their Mosaic is delicious.
I mean,
it's not on their website either, which is weird.
No.
That's not. No, it should be.
No, I know it should be, but it's not on the website.
But it's not. But this one, like, I don't know. I was looking for Mosaic again just for a second half beer.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The pig brown ales aren't my thing.
Yeah, I forgot they make the pig ear.
You
It's all
smell
right.
you smell on brown ale, so I don't want brown ale ever.
In my defense, it's only on
Newcastle.
Newcastle. It's not any brown ale.
I believe it when I see it.
I've had the pigtail before.
Not near me.
Maybe. Yeah, when we went to that barbecue place over at the Rib Shack there. That's what I get those 32-ounce glasses of.
Fair enough.
Goes great with ribs.
Moody Brew IPA, a New England style IPA. Told Dave there's New England styles. He like mocked me. Named after Mr. and Mrs. Moody's son Daniel, this hazy New England style IPA boasts low bitterness, a tropical fruit aroma. Dan Moody was born, lived, and brewed this beer. Now made with 100% more New Hampshire.
Oh, it's got that New Hampshire all up in it. Look at that.
It's like that freedom sauce.
Gotta spread the freedom sauce.
Powered by New Hampshire. We used to have a man in the mountain. He fell down. He got old. Fucking died.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I wonder how many people still come here not knowing that it fell down like 8 or 10 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Damn it. But he was on the quarter.
Oh, I've recently added a place to my my retirement travel list. The wife's made up about 98% of it where she wants to go. But we can agree on this one. Banff, Canada.
I'm sorry, what?
Banff, Banff, Canada. I think it's
Are you pronouncing that right?
I'm pretty sure. Banff. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how you say it.
Canada?
Yeah. I can show you some pictures later. My sister just went there for her honeymoon.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the new hot spot?
No, I think they eloped and went there and got married and just had
Are you
their
serious?
honeymoon. Yeah.
Chad?
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Congratulations to them, by the way.
I was looking forward to meeting him and thanking him for the beer.
Yeah, they'll be coming up soon, hopefully. Not after that honeymoon, but maybe next year sometime. But yeah, the place looks amazing. Almost looks not real. The pictures, some of the, like how clear the water is and like how clear the mountains and sky are there. So it's on my list. Do you have a list? Places you want to travel when you
sort of
got time to travel?
Yeah, I mean, definitely like the Pacific Northwest, like you said. I mean, I've been to San Diego when I was a kid and lived out in Nevada.
You want to do the whole highway?
I do want to go. Yeah, I mean, there's, if I could do it like now, there are people that I would go see, like Aaron Nash, That Kid Cry, that's out in like Salem.
Mm-hmm.
This kid, Drew, with Bad Habitat, that's up in that area. Their whole squad, Ground Up Studios, they do cool things, so it'd be cool to go out there, see them. I'd hit up Alaska. Yeah, I have a lot of places like I want to go.
Are most of them like within the continent, or do you
other than like Alaska, parts of Canada, like Mexico, like yeah, I mean, I definitely Pacific Northwest. I definitely want to go back out to Nevada again just to see what it is like, and even show my kids. Like when we went camping, like that was camping to me. Like we drove up into the Sierra Nevada mountains, found this like river.
That's a much hazier, heavier beer right up my alley. Oh man,
dude, you look like that hurt.
That's making my heart flutter. That's how good that is. Yeah, I appreciate a good, crisp, clean drinking beer, but I don't know.
Got that punch,
these things
though.
are right in my alley. But yeah, anyways, camping out and.
But yeah, we like
to your kids?
drove up. Yeah, I mean, why not? We go on an island now and shit in
your
a
kids
tub.
don't.
Yeah, but fucking get
my
used to
family
it,
would
dude.
never go
Life is not that easy. It is not supposed to be
it's not.
easy. Just because we've made it easy, it's not supposed to be easy. You should find, if you're not struggling, you should find a way to struggle just so you get it.
I told my kids about the camping.
What do they say? I'm not pooping in the tub.
Well, none of it really bothered them because my wife would never do it. And my kids, I was telling them, what's out there. I was like, we got nothing. We got no electricity, no bathrooms, no showers, none of that stuff. And they were like, meh. And one of them was like, do you have Wi-Fi? Nope. I'm not going. It's like their lifeblood.
Bitch, you're going if I tell you you're going.
I reset the router the other day and lost the Wi-Fi. I had like 4 people all go, hey. It's like,
did you tell them before you did it?
No, I like to just disconnect them randomly and be like, watch them freak out.
The Russians are attacking.
Right. It's crazy.
They used to think that back in the day. Imagine if they would have had like internet back then. They'd be panicking like if satellites fell, they'd be like, "Oh, it's the commies! The commies are coming!" You know what I mean? Like if their shit went down, if there was a power outage, like, well, I'm sure there were back then, but you have like some like weird mishap, then it's like, "Oh my God, we're gonna die."
You mean think about it?
They had bomb shelters because they thought, you know what I mean? Like I mean, yes, we should still worry that nuclear war could happen, but the fact that like they were actually about to fight or could have fought at any moment, like people had bomb shelters, that's crazy shit, dude.
That is crazy.
Fuck
I mean,
that.
we almost wiped out an entire country, culture, and population with...
Our place is still fucked up.
It is. And still, one dude, Genghis Khan, wiped out more people than those fucking in like 10 years.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, but there were less people then also, but...
Well, they say at the time he wiped out about 10% of the population.
That's a lot.
That's a huge dent. I mean, for one person, one ruler. I mean, I don't even think... I mean, I don't want to diminish in any means the Holocaust, but I don't even think Hitler came close to that.
He has less than Mao. He has less than Stalin. Yeah, China.
Oh,
Mao
okay.
that ruled China.
Yeah.
Has more kills than Hitler. I think he has the most, if I'm not mistaken. And then Stalin's even more than Hitler.
Really?
Yeah, the fact that...
Why?
I'm not saying this to be like anti-Semitic, but it's the reason why it's such a big deal is because it's against Israel, it's against the Jews. That's I mean, not saying that it was
a big deal on
like it is a travesty, but he is not like the worst person if you look at what other people have done. But he's only held to that standard because of who it was against.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess in relative terms, the 30s, if they had mass power outages, wouldn't be even half as devastating.
I mean, they had the fucking stock market crash, right? That was the Depression, was like 29 to like 30 something, and then you did World War II to fucking start shit off. But it was what, the 60s, like the Bay of Pigs with Kennedy. That was when, like, between the 50s and 60s, that's when it was like the commies are coming and all that fucking shit started because
the Korean War.
Yeah, Russia wants fucking, I don't know.
You know, we look back at that
power
and think it's the craziest fucking thing to have to do these nuclear attack drills that these kids had to do in school. Imagine what they would think of having to do, what do they call it, lock in place in schools when there's an active shooter in a school. Can you imagine people from them thinking, what? Somebody coming to a school and just shooting up people? But we look at that and go, what? Somebody dropping an atomic bomb on us? I mean, I guess there's no light side to either one of us, but it's all, again, a matter of perspective. But, I mean, just that whole idea back then.
Yeah, but they also, like, if you look at, like, you ever see, like, the old videos of, like, how school was?
Yeah.
Where they used to, and even in our age, like, when I lived in Nevada in school, like, Arnold Schwarzenegger, when he was it George Bush's fitness guy for America, like, he was, like, the model fitness guy. Like, he came to our school. Like, we did this whole workout thing with fucking Arnold. Like, he stood up on the football field and, all right, do your push-ups.
Yeah.
All right, jumping jacks. Like, it was, like, they don't have that shit today. There's no, like, fitness thing. There's no. They just.
Their programs, I mean, they do have programs in schools. I can't totally shit on the school systems
no.
for that, but they do.
We're just shitting on school systems for their education. You can still, that's still physical education.
I didn't shit on the school system. I just said it's a broken system. I mean,
but it's not saying that not teachers don't care, right? There are some that do care.
I think a lot of them don't anymore because they don't make. It doesn't feel like they're making as big of a difference as they thought they were or they wanted to.
Yeah, I'm sure they go in thinking I'm gonna be the person to change this, and I'm sure some of them are. My sister-in-law is a teacher, and even having a deal, she's high school 8th grade teacher. It says even dealing with those kids, the shit that you got to deal with, like she lives in Savannah, right outside Savannah. So, like, compared to New Hampshire, according to the New York Times, we're 94% white or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Guess what? Savannah, Georgia is not. So, but like having to deal with that, having to deal with people like gender fluid or cultural appropriation, like actually seeing that where our generation is like, dude, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, I grew up in a ton of cultures. Like, and especially like being out west, like Native Americans, like hung around them, black people, Asian people, everybody. Like to have this like, you can't steal my culture. I'm not stealing your culture. I was raised in your culture. Like I hung out with these people, like they adopted us into it. Like everybody was cool. You knew your neighbors. Like even here, like I made sure when we moved in to know my neighbors. Like that's how we were raised.
Oh yeah, you got to know if somebody in your neighborhood's potentially got somebody chained in their basement or something. Well, you don't want to be eating ribs with that dude.
That is, he's one of the best. Good reference, sir. I forget his name, but good reference. Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway.
I'm so sad they don't make those anymore.
They still do, but you gotta search for them. They're not as good. I haven't seen like a good not today in a while or anything like that. I mean, they were doing like the political stuff.
Yeah.
But it's not when somebody gives an entertaining interview. There is like the guy that gives like the fake interviews. You ever see him?
Mm-hmm.
Like he's one of them's like I think he's like in Detroit going to see like the satanic church when they were going to do that monument there or whatever for a little bit, outside the Church of Satan. You believe in Satan?
Me?
What?
I don't.
You don't believe?
I don't know. I'm kind of confused. Like I don't know if I believe in that stuff.
I believe in a God. I think the books are wrong.
I don't believe in a God in the traditional sense.
Yes.
I think everybody has to believe in some sort of a higher power.
I mean, I love that feeling. You know what I believe in? I believe in love. To sound fucking however you want to take it, liberal or everything else, after being a prick for so long and actually putting good out there, actually doing good for people and hanging out and being grateful for what I have, showing appreciation to those that hang out with me, that will even take the time just to like talk, dude. Like I think that's one of my favorite things about doing the show is talking to other people, when before I would never talk. Now I don't fucking shut the fuck up. Like it just.
Yeah, I mean it's
an interesting thing. Like that's my God, if you want to say love. Like as long as I just do me, be right, stay on my ground.
I mean, I can't get on religion in a traditional sense. I've always rejected it. I don't reject it now. I rejected it as a young, misguided, youth, as it being this evil entity. But I have since.
But it is though. Not.
Religion in itself is not. The idea. Enforcement of it is wrong. To tell someone that they have to go to church every Sunday or do this and that and live their way exactly by this.
It's the belief.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Through the belief in the Bible, you have to follow these guidelines and these rules, and these people who live that way. I feel it's a forced way of thinking. But then there's, I know plenty of people who are Christian or Catholic or, Jewish or Islamic, but they don't follow it to the exact degree. They take what works for them in their life and they live their life that way. And they live that religion. And that's fine. I mean, for me, I personally just have had a journey of discovery with religion. I just don't see God in that same way that, dude in the sky who created everything. I have a more open opinion in mind on how things work. I'm willing to change the way I see things. Like if I found out one, entity created everything, I'd be like, all right, my bad. I was wrong. If it was just evolution, then all right, cool. That's my view on it.
I think it's the idea. I like the idea of everything. Like the idea of America. Yes, the if you look at some of the way that we've gone about shit is definitely not right.
There's been a learning curve for sure.
The idea that's behind it. Like if you can look at the idea of it, everybody created equal to pursue your happiness. Find out what makes you happy. Don't do bullshit to do bullshit. Strive for something. Fucking strive to find that happiness. Not be a cog. Of course you're not happy.
Fair point.
The idea is the piece, the nugget.
I can worship here.
Whatever you want to call it.
while I'm watching football.
Come on, Jesus. Kick this field goal.
I don't get that either. Like, listen, people. I love my professional athletes, especially up here in the New England, Boston area. We have the greatest sports teams in all of America. But
fuck your 27 rings, Simmons and Moore.
fuck 20. Yeah, you bought all them rings.
Well, I mean, how many did you get before black people could play?
That's
How
true.
many did you get before any Spanish culture could play? Dominicans? Do they?
No.
Cubans,
you can't say it.
that shit.
You got to be careful because the Red Sox were the last team in baseball to integrate races on their team.
That's why they only have 8
Yeah,
rings. I don't know what to tell you because you waited so long. But how many did the Yankees have before that was allowed?
I think it was only 10 maybe, and then they gotten 16 in the last 40 or 50 years.
They've only gotten 1 since 2001.
Yeah,
but before that they won like 3 in a row.
But I don't follow shitty teams, so I wouldn't know. I mean, I just kind of follow.
I do know that the Red Sox are beating the Yankees this season so far by series, and they're ahead of them.
The entire MLB right now. I don't know. Right now is when I really start getting into baseball. Baseball kind of turned me off about 5 years ago at how long it takes to get through a season. I just can't invest myself like that. I just can't do it.
I agree. Yeah, it's a friend of mine. I didn't really care for baseball, although when I was a kid, I collected baseball cards until my dog got ran over, and then I'll give all these back to bring it back. And then when that didn't happen, I was like, fuck baseball. I don't give a shit about baseball anymore.
Lenny, keep track of this time, man. I'm gonna start invoicing him for these therapy sessions. We're about to get in his dead dog baseball card story. We're gonna make this. I'm making some money.
Son of a bitch. But then like
that was me.
That was definitely my last baseball stint until I moved here and hung out with the people that I still hang out with now. Like there are certain friends that that was like 80s, like Nintendo, but we were just poor, man. We're poor, moving around, poor, running the city. When we moved back, we moved to Beverly. Dude, I've been all over Beverly, Salem, Lynn on bike. Like me and my brother used to ride to Salem Willows all the time. We used to ride over to Lynn to go to my cousin's house. Like I just rode my bike everywhere. Like there was just nobody around. Like they were working or didn't give a fuck or whatever. Like I get in trouble in school, you're suspended, everybody leaves. All right, well I'm gonna go to Salem Willows, see you later. You know what I mean? Like,
I had a realization this summer about parenting. It was a real epiphany. Anybody who was born from about 78 till about 85, your parents didn't give a shit about you. They didn't give a shit about you because they just let your ass go off and do whatever you was doing all day long. And I don't even like my kids riding to the next street.
Yeah,
it's literally two houses down.
Yeah, but now because
there are predators out there and shit. You don't need to be out there by yourself. You know what? We're gonna take the dog. I'll go for a walk. Yeah. You guys ride your bikes around. Like I had this realization that I won't even. I'm trying to give them a little bit more space, but
yeah, but it's crazy to think what you won't let them do. But you think like, fuck, man. I used to go all over the place. Like nobody. Like I was all over Beverly. Beverly, Mass is in the North Shore. It's like what 40 minutes outside of Boston just because of fucking traffic to get there. But there's a street called Cabot Street. It's like one of the main roads. And this place, they would do like a bazaar or they'd put all these balloons outside. So one time, like I took it off to suck the helium. That's where I bought my first cassette, Onyx. Back the fuck up.
That's right.
Cassette.
Da 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 da.
Let the boys. Stick 'em up.
Tres Delinquentes. That was one of my. I know that sounds so stereotypical, but it really was. Where I was living, that's what the kind of music they were listening to.
Yeah, Mexico. Mm-hmm.
Tres Delinquentes and Too Short and anything coming off the west.
Yeah.
Dude, when I found out Too Short, I was listening to some elementary ass shit at that point.
Christ, I remember when it was 90, 91 when Ninja Turtles came out with fucking MC Hammer. When they show you like the clubhouse with the Foot Clan, all the teenagers,
no, that was
like
Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, no. That Vanilla Ice is 2.
Oh,
when they go into the club. The first one,
okay.
The first one they show like after it's right in the beginning. I know this movie by heart is so bad.
Oh yeah. I
So
remember
they
the part
show
you're
the
talking
people
about.
stealing on stuff. April O'Neil's giving the news report. They they go through. They show the turtles. They cut up the pizza. Lands on Splinter's head. Then cuts to like the Foot Clan, and it's it's MC Hammer on the background, and they show like the skateboard side. Didn't you want to be there? I'd want to be there.
Yeah.
That was my spot. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna join the Foot Clan. But fuck you, Master Splinter. Master Shredder's what's up? Pussy. He was a pussy on the cartoon, but he was badass in the movie.
They fucked up those reboots. I can't get into this right now though.
We've said it too many times.
We've said it too many times.
Michael,
Stop rebooting shit.
I still give him points for the nostalgia with Bebop and Rocksteady. He's better than Toka.
I still haven't seen that one.
Better than Toka and Razor, and they had the party wagon,
That was my childhood.
not
right
the
there,
pussy
toys.
wagon like Kill Bill.
The what?
The pussy
Oh,
wagon.
yeah,
That was
yeah,
the truck
yeah.
that she takes. Come
Yep.
on, man, don't make me explain this.
No,
shit.
I got that. I got the
Okay.
reference.
Okay, come on.
Yeah, pictured in my head.
At the house, like down the street, near all that shit, where I lit the field on fire during the winter and try to blame it on somebody else.
Which is still burning in California right now. It's moved all its way over.
That honestly, not when it's like through cities, but like when you see the mountains on fire, and then they see it's like these big like planes, and they dump out this like pink. I don't know.
I think
extinguisher shit, but it's
like
all like
sand
this
and-
pink like stuff, like just like spraying this thing. Like it is a cool thing to fucking see. I mean, obviously burning through cities and houses so that
Oh, that's so beautiful. Sorry about your house, bro. Oh.
smells like barbecue out this bitch. But although, right, I don't know if you've ever heard the conspiracy that because California declared like they want to be a sanctuary city for illegals, so
Yeah.
Trump cut off their funding. So somebody lit fires. Well, because now it's a national emergency. So
I did
Now
hear
you
that,
get
that
money. It's
these
like-
ones were intentional, and they're now officially like the largest. It's the official largest.
well,
like,
now you're
fires
burning
in-
fucking homes and shit.
Yeah,
So
that's fucked up, man.
62 fires going right now.
yeah. So that part is not cool. I don't like to see that. Like that's some shit.
That's like the whole dividing the state up into different states.
In the
Fuck
three
that,
pieces.
Yeah, fuck that bullshit. Here's an idea. How about you have a conversation first? Maybe listen and see what you can take from somebody else's opinion.
Well, a lot of it's
Or
so
view.
so liberal and
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's all divided.
fuck
It's like-
Hollywood.
yeah.
I will say, dude, I was more left than all this shit that came with Hollywood. Like, I don't know, because we grew up, like, everybody should be treated equal. Being in out west when the riots happened after Rodney King and that shit went down, like, that's some fucked up shit. Like, everybody should be treated equal. Like, that you shouldn't need a fucking piece of paper or a book from 3,000 years ago or 2,500 years ago, close to, like, I don't know, it's got to be more than 2,500 years now. Like, they keep using that number.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't need that shit to realize that people are fucking people, no matter, they're just you. That was one of the, I think we talked about it with Kristen once, the egg. One of the best stories I ever heard was about this guy died, and his guide, as people were coming through, was explaining that these aren't other people. They're just you, man. Like, they're just other pieces of you. Everybody is the fucking same. Yeah, we have different cultures. That's why they come together. The same. It's like a circle. Same. The potluck dinner, not when you're touching cats and throwing them off the counter and not cleaning your fucking hands. You should be cleaning your shit.
Disgusting.
Be sanitary.
Be sanitary.
But potluck dinners,
Sick,
man, where people just bring shit together and you get food from all different varieties. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, food will bring some motherfuckers together. Food and music.
Always.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how do you...
There's no divisive.
I'm sorry, man. Except for, I don't know if I could fuck with, like, you ever see the video in Asia where they have, like, squid and they'll, like, fucking put it in a bottle and spin that bitch and then gulp that shit back? I probably couldn't do that, man. I don't know how the fuck you do that. I'm all set.
Yeah, but I
man.
don't hate you if you do.
No, hell no. Man, you do you, player. That's more manly than I could do. Have what testicle? Fucking Christ. Like,
Yeah.
that is crazy as shit, dude. Fuck that. I don't even get why you would do that. Or, like, the Icelandic or is it the Nordic people? I think it's, like, Icelandic. They eat that, like, it's basically rotten food. I keep saying like a lot. Slap me. It's because I listen to Macaulay Culkin.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like a rotten Food. Don't slap me. I was just kidding.
I was moving in for the slow roll.
Slow slap. It's like but yeah, some rotten food. Fuck that. Like, I don't care how good that tastes. Like, I'm all set. I don't need that shit. I've thrown up off of rotten stuff. I'm all set with trying to put that shit in my mouth. Like, there's just no need for it.
Yeah, I mean, so basically, your beginning solution is that Congress should just have potluck dinners every time they meet. Like, bring some shit, man.
Hell yeah, man. You ever see, like, the videos on, like, C-SPAN of, like, the parliament in, like, Europe or even in Asia? I think they're even more violent. Like, they fight. Why the fuck would you...
Oh, dude, they crowd those motherfuckers in tight, too.
Yeah,
like, everybody in Congress got their own space.
Y'all need to calm the fuck down,
they
bro.
Screaming at each other.
Eat some food. Fucking relax. Get a full belly. Ain't nobody moving
notice
off
it's
that
over
shit.
a table, too, right?
Yeah.
So it's like a family dinner almost.
Yeah, they can just have, like...
You ever want to fuck up a family dinner and then just sit back and watch some shit, bring up politics or religion at like Thanksgiving, and then just roll back?
I try.
Yeah,
but you should be able to have those conversations.
Yeah,
like, we don't always have to agree, and you should be able to look at stuff and go, all right, I see what you're saying. I don't agree with it. Like, I get where you're coming from. I don't agree with it.
But you can't just say it. You have to actually.
No, you have to act. You have to act that.
We're not saying patronize somebody by going, all right, I get what you're saying, but
no, you have to mean it. There's sincerity. You have to, empathy. Yeah. I will say that's one thing that I used to not have that I feel I have more. Not to the sense where if I watch 13 Reasons Why, I'm gonna cry like a little bitch. Shout out to Dan who won fan favorite.
Okay, I did not cry, but
I can see tearing up.
I wasn't. Well, no, because my wife was bawling when we watched that. I don't think I'm physically able to shed tears.
See, I think you have to watch it without her.
It's a fucked up thing once you have
to
kids.
watch it. It is a fucked up thing, but
to think about. You know what I'm saying?
But you
so that's where it gets.
But you shouldn't need that to know the signs to look for.
Oh, I know.
Like I had talked. Yeah, I had talked about it with him, and he's like, you should watch it so you know what to look for. It's like, bro, I know what to look for. I've been bullied. That's so when after I moved from Nevada to Beverly, like, I was bullied. I've been jumped. Like, there are reasons why when I moved up here that I became the aggressor is because when I was there, I was punked on.
Prison mentality, man.
Yeah, that's what it is. Like, no, fuck that. Like, this shit ain't gonna happen again. Like, that's why when I came here and in school, not knowing people would fuck with me constantly. It's like, bro, dude, you want to go? Let's go. But this is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna fuck you up, and then I know 5 of your friends are gonna fuck me up. I don't have those roots here, so I don't need to play that game. So I stuck to myself a lot of times. I was very introverted because of that. Like, I was bullied. Like, and I know why I became the bullied, and then
I don't know what that's like.
Being bullied, I'm sure you know exactly what that's like because I turned that shit on you after high school, after when we weren't
as a young adults, my friend, young adults, which is a loose term in my opinion. I don't think you really become an adult until you're about 30. When you kind of look back on your 20s and go, man, I'm lucky I
survived. Yeah, but I'm lucky I survived, and not that I was trying to kill myself, but there were a lot of parts where I did not give a fuck.
Oh yeah.
At one time, I had hair, bro. I don't know if you know that.
I do remember.
It's been a while.
I
like to look at those pictures only for that reason, not for the like.
Facebook
damn,
reminds me
I'm
every now and then.
Geeked out of my mind right now. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Like in seeing that, knowing that when I moved to Beverly, like there was a lot of trouble that I could have gotten. That
one of my favorite channels went live a little while ago.
Oh
yeah.
Oh, what's up? That's all right.
94 subscribers, man.
95.
95.
Yeah, 5 away.
5 away, people. Let's get
5
this going.
away from 100, and I can change that stupid YouTube.com /
Not stupid. We love YouTube. YouTube's awesome.
Oh yeah. That's not.
We just don't like the URL structure.
How do you feel about the Alex? Or not even feel like. Obviously, you saw that Alex Jones basically got pulled from everything.
Alex Jones,
like Alex Jones, conspiracy guy, like Sandy Hook denier.
I don't think I'm. The name sounds familiar, but I'm not 100%
Alex
familiar
Jones,
with
dude,
what he's doing.
Infowars, like he's big in the conspiracy thing. He's called some right shit. He's also the one with the interdimensional child molesters.
You lost me at child molesters. Like
he's beefing, but he's not wrong about the child molesters.
Well,
they
might not be
interdimensional.
I mean, that's a key.
No, see, that's
a key part to it. I mean, do those guys have to register?
I would think so.
I'll let you sit on that one for a second. you
want to
Google that?
I've never actually thought of. No,
don't Google that.
That's any child molesting anything does not need to be Googled ever. Like I can. Operation Broken Heart was enough to do it. Yeah, do interdimensional, or like the spray is making the frogs turn gay. We've heard that. No?
Aren't frogs asexual?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
So how can they turn gay?
I don't know. Well,
they're not even. I thought
the
they weren't even like.
It's people that deny biology.
Biology.
Yeah.
Have you seen that meme that says, "What's harder to believe, a horse with a horn or 40 giraffe, which is a camel / leopard / beast with a 40-foot neck? What's harder to believe?" I'll have to pull it up and show you later, but it's fucking funny. It's got like a picture of a unicorn. It's like, what's harder to believe, a horse with a horn or this leopard hippopotamus like deer?
Oh, just because they just threw a bunch of shit together.
Right. What is the purpose? Did you see that giraffe that they had to put down? We talked about that last time. The 18-year-old fucking male that killed like 3 of the males.
Fucking murking all the males. Yeah.
Get off my giraffe pussy. Can't have none of that.
But yeah, man, it's interesting to look back after a year of doing this, right? Because we finished our big event. The first of the year signaled like the next chapter of. We went video and all that stuff like that. We were working towards that and networking with more podcasts and finding our audience more.
Which is the NSFW.
Yes, definitely. NS. Not suitable.
Not suitable. Shout out to them. Now, I did listen to that. That was hilarious. I want to hear that jingle every time.
Not suitable for work. That shit cracks me up. Bobby Moore is a funny motherfucker.
Sam PC.
Fuck your Yankees, though. Fuck your Yankees. But doing that, finding our audience, we are a year in. So this is almost like the beginning of season 2. I'm going to start going after some bigger name guests. I have a lot of good stuff in the works. I mean, people that I just want to talk to. One in particular. Like, I'm going to try not to fuck the table if I ever get him to come on, because you're going to see me probably like,
okay. I just need to make a rule.
I'm prepped.
Okay, I need to make a rule. You need to wear pants.
Can I wear shorts? Like, it's hot.
I mean, you can, as long as you're covering your bottom. Yeah. I mean, I don't need you.
I think my bottom's on camera, so it needs to be covered.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So unless we switch sides.
No, we're not switching sides.
You ain't humping my side.
You ain't humping my chair. No, I'm excited.
Where'd this notch get in?
What is this extra hole in the table?
But no, like I said, like the past 3 years, whatever the awakening was that caused it, being more positive, being more appreciative, showing love for everybody, and actually meaning it, not just I was a shitty person. I'm really this is my shot of not to be.
Now you
I'm sorry.
Now you're not a shitty person. You're just occasionally salty. And I think that's just because you're getting old.
No.
Yes.
Salty.
You're getting to be a salty old man.
No, man. I just wanted you to ride with me. It was hot, and people kept asking me questions, and I'm like, fuck, bro.
And the only question they weren't asking is, where is he?
No, that's what they were asking. Like, dude, where the fuck is Billy? He's not here, man. After fucking like the 5th guy is like, dude, Jesus Christ.
I didn't know there was gonna be that many vendors there. Actually,
that was there. So this is there for the Summer Sizzler. For those that don't know, our beard competition ended at the Summer Sizzler, hosted by the Bearded Sinners Beard Club of New Hampshire. If you're in New Hampshire, find these motherfuckers out. These are savages. I'm glad that we linked up with them. It's almost like the same thing, right? It's a lot of people that might have been on the wrong path, but are doing something good with their life.
Very like-minded.
They seem very fitting. I'm gonna work with them in the future as much as I can. Having the Veterans Count Guide, like it's cool shit. But yeah, their Summer Sizzler was their second one. They had way more vendors, even though it rained. It rained last year too on them. Although I think they actually got more sun this time than last year.
Yeah.
But they had it was a good party. last year for them, but they only had like 4 vendors, and this year the whole parking lot side was full of people. They had Bose for Brady. They had Jack Customs.
Yeah.
Jeff, who's putting on a car show in a couple weeks next month. I don't know where or when. You can Google it. Jack Customs car show. They put it on every year. It's a charity event for them.
Podcast New Hampshire.
Podcast New Hampshire, hooking up with them. Team Almy at Shit Happens When You Party Naked, one-upping the largest. And he was ready. I felt so bad having to tell him. I had to tell him that morning because that's when Veterans Count informed me that the largest single was 300 and it was Dan. So I had to tell him when he got here. And then he showed up late. His wife, Christina, who's awesome from Team Almy, was there first. Show. I didn't say anything to her because that's not my job to tell her.
No, that is not your job.
That's not my job to tell her.
And I appreciate how well
she was there with Big Earl, who's on their show. I think it's her father and her mom, Joanne, who they got high as fuck. It's funny. It's a funny episode.
Go and listen to that episode.
They did the largest donation. I had to tell him it was 300, and then he's like, "Did you tell my wife?" No, I'm not gonna tell your wife, dude. That's all you. So as we were walking down together, they met to hug, and I kept walking, and then I turned around and I was pointing like, "Oh, you gonna tell her? I don't have to tell her it's $300." And then Dan showed up and saved his life.
Because then Dan found out.
Oops.
That's what I get for drunk donating.
Dude, that's so funny.
It was a good end to the thing. Everybody was.
It made it for a good laugh. Plus the rain.
We did better than we thought we were gonna do.
Seeing Iggy from Foultech, who was also a vendor there. Foultech Unlimited. Go to their page on Facebook, and you can see he gives
can
good
holster
away.
anything.
Holster whatever you need. He's got dip. He's got stuff for tampons for ladies that need those.
And guns.
And he's all about America, not the bullshit that you see, but he's all for the idea of what America is supposed to be.
America,
the 3%.
Whoa,
that's what it is, right?
Is it?
Yeah, he's part of the 3%. Anyway, I know you're into TED Talks lately. I wanted to segue that in.
Yeah, I mean,
which I'm gonna.
Hooked like a couple days ago. I started watching like 10 of them.
Did you see the pedophile one?
No.
Did you just skip over it? Like, I'm not going to watch this shit?
No. I don't think it's popped up in my feed. I've been watching a whole range of stuff. I watched a thing on antimatter propulsions. I watched one on robotics. I watched one on the downfall of AI. Then one on the practical applications of AI, and then I watched one on hallucinogens, and then
so it's a
wide gamut that I've been kind of just.
There's one on pedophilia where they're trying to get it to be recognized as, and I think it was spoken on Bigger Bots, or at least I think Wilds might have shared it out, where they're basically trying to normalize and treat it as a sexual orientation of pedophilia, which
hopefully that's just an FBI trap to grab all the pedophiles, because that's some fucked up shit.
It is.
There's nothing normal about doing something sexual to a child.
No,
it's just unacceptable in every way.
Correct. And I think that
so
the reason why it happens though is because usually somebody that is a pedophile, it's not that they were wired wrong.
No, it's because they were sexually abused.
They were abused by it, right?
Yeah.
So
it's called therapy,
because that shit's been going on since the Greeks. I mean, Christ, you just had 31 priests in Chile resign from the Catholic Church because of that.
They're probably one of the biggest, worst in the whole.
I just don't get why they don't get arrested. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is that bullshit? Get the fuck out of here. You're fucking people.
Name one cardinal, bishop, or priest that has ever been sent to jail in the last 10 years for. No, they fucking relocate them and they cover it up. That is the power of Catholicism. For anybody who thinks
now they just all resign.
For anybody who thinks conspiracy theories are just a bunch of crackpot shit, and that how can so many people cover up one big thing? Just think about this. There is a small amount of people who have a lot of fucking power and a lot of money, and they can toss that around. So yes, it is easy to get an entire cover up on a lot of things, and they do it.
Oh, hell yeah.
The right people in power to cover it up, they can cover it up. So anybody who goes, oh, they can't cover up something that big, it's not really happening. You are delusional, my friend.
Did you hear there's accusations coming out about Spielberg and Tom Hanks?
I did hear that. I heard that Tom Hanks purchased a 14-year-old girl back in the day. Now, I didn't hear the whole story.
Her name eludes me right now.
She's from Australia, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nicole Kidman's dad.
Melody something?
Can you... Oh, fuck.
Hey, look up Tom Hanks child trafficking scandal or whatever you got to put in.
I forget.
Keep it clean though.
I forget the girl's name.
These kids use this.
That is the one that's saying it.
Not this one, hopefully.
No,
not on this computer.
No, they're not allowed in here. I only had the door open so we could try to get some air in it. Oh, Lord.
I will say it's not that bad tonight.
Bitch, I am sweating balls out.
I'm sweating, but
also,
when we had fucking Dave in here, dude,
Dave,
I felt so
Dave,
bad because it was much hotter for him and for everybody. I mean, that night was just hot and muggy and it was nasty.
It gets humid as a motherfucker up in this bitch.
Now it is. It's going to be the new normal. They say moving through, we're going to have more tropical weather during the summer. I mean,
dude,
for
that's dope, man. Hopefully we get some palm trees.
Yeah, fuck that, man, because that brings the dinosaurs. That brings the alligators. They like tropical weather. Then they'll just migrate to Massachusetts, I guess, for the winter. Dude, fucking sharks and shit come up here. Why not?
That's true. Up by the Cape.
Motherfuckers adapt.
But yeah, I don't know. The sex trafficking shit, that fucking irks me more than anything. It's just fucked up. You ever see the videos where people just try to take kids, man? Like, they just walk by, like, snatch them. Like, the parent ain't even there. It's like, bro, what the fuck, man? Like, I keep even telling my daughter now, like, you will learn martial arts. I have a huge, which when I was living at the house on Kansas Street, across the street was this Asian couple, and I destroyed their garden. No reason, just punk ass kid, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. But now, like, I have such a connection and an appreciation for their culture, martial arts, shit like that. Like, I adore fighting, all different styles of shit. Like, I love kung fu. I used to hang out with this guy Matt Chin in Florida. He showed me different kung fu. When Dante was up here, we used to take Chung Mu Do together, which is like 8 different styles mixed into one. Like, I love boxing. I just love martial arts, jiu-jitsu. After Justin got choked out at, it used to be Jillian's. I don't know what it is now. I think it's the Foundry now in Manchester. It used to be Jillian's, like a pool hall with video games, and it's a bar for
like a broke ass Dave and Buster's.
Yeah. Before Dave and Buster's was a thing.
Dave and Buster's was a thing.
But he got choked out like quick, dude, right in the front on the lawn. And then after that, we worked with the guy that choked him out. And at Christmas party, our general manager was a wrestling coach. He was a coach of his kids wrestling in Bo, and he was like, "Yeah, man, you guys want to do it? Go ahead." And I'm like, "What?" He started moving tables and chairs up in the conference room so we could
go at it.
Go do, I don't know, wrestle, grapple, I guess, really. Because he had.
It says that was about Jodie Foster.
No, that's not the girl that we're looking for. It's there's another girl. She just did a book recently.
It was either, I think her last name or first name was Melody or Melanie. No, Melody, I think. I don't know. I'm not. You're not on camera. I'm on camera, so I don't want to be googling shit. On my phone,
look at documentary.
What was the name of it?
Antonio Kidman. It's Nicole Kidman's dad. There's a documentary about him because that's what got it all started. Right.
You help him work this out and figure out who this girl is, because I'm trying to remember her name. Yeah, I'm going to the bathroom.
You couldn't wait?
I did go before I came in.
So awkward. So yeah, if you awkward. Hi people. We have merch.com. Make sure you go support the podcast so we can get some AC up in this. It is hot as shit. But yeah, it's like Antonio Kidman and Anton Kidman.
Actually, it's coming up Antonia.
Yeah, whatever. How do you fucking say his name?
It's probably Anton.
It's like, yeah, but I think they're. There you go. And fucking retards. I don't know how to speak anything. Anybody in on the OC dot? Shout out to those that are watching. I thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. This part of the program is brought to you by me. It is hot.
Yeah, bring it on. The cool thing is the Anthony Kidman guy, so
Yeah, look for him for
15 degrees cooler outside this room.
yeah. Keep on
Pizza
going,
Gate?
you'll find it. Well, that's part of it, right? Because that has to do with that whole thing that happened in Washington because of the Podesta emails about their parties and pizza is a thing. Like, dude, a lot of shit with Hollywood and liberals are adding up to a lot of trafficking and a lot of shady shit. Like, even if they're not doing, I'm sure some of the pedophilia has to do with like blackmail on people so that they have to do with what you say and whatever the fuck however they want to spin it. But it is turning out with a lot of their judges, a lot of their people that are getting indicted.
It's systemic out there.
It's crazy. Oh yeah, I'm not saying the other side's free. It's all.
No, but
sides,
what I'm saying is this stuff. It goes back to my point about power. If the right people with the the most amount of money have the power, they can hide anything. This
Clintons.
thing, I mean, I'm not specifically saying any kind of political.
Come get me, motherfuckers.
Come at me, bro. Come at me.
You don't
No, I
scare
just
me.
mean,
I've
like-
seen pictures of Bill Clinton. That dude looks like a vampire that hasn't had a drop of blood in ever.
If you think about in just the smaller scale of it, Hollywood, there's a lot of that shit going on. I mean, Corey Feldman's been talking about it for 20 years.
Dude, the girl on fucking Smallville. Dude,
Right.
that whole
But
shit-
see, that doesn't happen if stuff isn't happening beforehand. And with all these powerful people, with all this money and all these things to lose, all stick together and not talking about it and keeping it quiet. And I mean, look at things like Marilyn Monroe, and she had so much dirt on Hollywood and political people and all that stuff.
Oh,
Look
is
what
that
happened
why
to her.
She got murdered.
Yeah.
Think J.K. spilled everything to him?
She kept a diary, man. She had a diary of everything that she knew. I mean, she knew national security stuff through both the Kennedys that she was sleeping with. And she was also knew a bunch of shit about people in Hollywood that they didn't want getting out. That book was never found.
Yeah, that's fucked.
But everybody knew she had it. So, I mean, on that scale, I mean, if all those people in power, let's say out of that 100%, only 15% of them are doing, dirty, and I don't just mean like pedophilia and stuff, but I just mean, downright shady shit. If they're all sticking together and they've got all the power and all the money, they can intimidate whoever they want into staying quiet. So, I mean, it is
Or just
possible.
murk 'em.
Yeah. It is possible
Whatever
to
that-
control
what's it, like 48?
the public opinion.
48 people on, they say, for Clinton's body count.
Again, I
you
don't know anything
I know,
about
I know
that.
you
I
ain't
mean, I
scared.
haven't.
Come at me, bruh.
I don't
Do we have a problem?
come at me, bro.
What'd you say about my mama?
I mean, if that shit's real, it would not surprise me. But then again, I don't know if I would jump on the other side either. If it was,
I'm not.
It's not about the
see,
side.
See, that's the
It's-
thing. I'm not
it's not
picking
about
a
the side.
side.
But I know
I'm
that's how
I'm
people turn it into.
Right? No, it's not. I'm not picking a side. Somebody had said that because I made a joke about somebody. I made a joke about a lesbian saying it was a phase. And it's a joke, dude. Like, I just don't care. And
Can't
it's like,
get offended
but
by
it,
that.
no, but somebody was like, oh, fucking you Republican, where have you been hiding? And I'm like, what? No, that's a joke, dude. Like, I'm beyond that. Like, both sides are fucking wrong. If you think any of those sides are right, you're out of your mind. They're all wrong in their own way.
Let me put this in perspective. Ask any 10-year-old if they think it's wrong for a girl and a girl to get married or a guy and a guy to get married. Everyone that I've pretty much talked to, they wouldn't think anything twice of it. They see it on TV all the time. They see it in everything. It's not as... So, I mean...
Oh, fucking people. Who cares? I don't
Right.
care. What you eat don't make me shit.
Wow. That was profound right
It's
there.
stolen. I forget who said it. I know I've heard it.
I think we just need to shut it down on that and just blew my mind.
I think that's Jay-Z.
Man is brilliant. Brilliant.
444. You heard that one yet?
No.
Me neither.
I haven't heard the new R.
Some of
Kelly either.
that 19-minute song, I Admit, that's good shit. Like, it's 19 minutes long.
Alright,
it's
so-
one song called I Admit. It's
I feel like
an interesting thing to hear somebody admit, basically this, right? Tell you why they're fucked up, what happened to him. You know, he according to the song, he was molested as a kid, and that's why, you know, he's fucked up. Yeah, right. It's a good track, right? Some of it, like, you know, if you're a star and parents are coming to you like, yeah, take my daughter so I can get some money or whatever the fuck they're doing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm telling, it's a good song. Like, it's a deep shit. People are people.
I'm gonna be honest.
Like,
I've only seen In the Closet once.
Trapped in the Closet.
The video that, like, what was it, like a 15-minute song?
That's good shit
Trapped in
too.
the Closet.
Is that with Isley? Yeah, one of the Isley, Ron Isley.
Yeah,
Kind of jump him.
See, when my jump off point on the R. Kelly thing was like just after him peeing on little girls, like peeing on teenage girls, like that
chip,
right
chip,
there.
chip,
Yeah,
chip, chip.
like I'm like, all right. I mean, I guess
poop on you too.
I mean, I guess if you're into that, you know, maybe find an 18-year-old. But after that, I jumped ship. I was off the R. Kelly bandwagon. Then I heard he had like some sort of sex cult going on, or living in a compound.
Too? Jesus Christ!
I don't know.
But I know he's broke as fuck. Like, screwed over. He can't read or write. He's all like Mayweather and shit.
Mayweather is not broke as fuck, though.
No, yeah, that part is true. He's a lot smarter than that. But as far as like the reading or writing, he's talking about he doesn't even like write. He doesn't read. He can't read. So how he wrote all these wonderful songs and told about his art. I don't know. It's that whole shit with like Michael Jackson. If he was like the way that he was brought up, abused, and if he was chemically castrated, like they said, and that's where he...
Did they say chemically?
Yeah, I thought
or
it was
was
chemically castrated, like given through whatever
it wasn't
injections
like
and shit.
actual
No, I don't think they like
castration.
smashed his balls with 2 rocks.
No, like...
That's how they used to castrate back
right,
in the day.
Right, but I mean physically, like surgically
yeah,
cut off at the young age.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
But...
How do you chemically castrate somebody?
Whatever chemical, I don't know.
I didn't. Well, you sound versed in it, so I
I'm
didn't
just
know if
going
you
by
were
what
gonna
I
toss
heard.
out some
No. I forget what the
periodic table shit.
I forget what the article said. They've done that, right? That's what they do it to the
20s and 30s they've been doing it.
Yeah, they do it to that choir, like, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that like the Vienna choir or whatever the fuck it was that they were doing that shit
Yeah, but I
to?
thought that was like a religious thing.
Get the fuck out of here. Oh, yeah, just religious, like taking the foreskin off your dick so that some rich people can make lotion for their face. Get the fuck out of here.
Them faces be looking nice, though. They look
I mean,
young as fuck.
Kate Blanchett looks alright.
I mean, what is she, like 72? She looks like she's in her late 40s. They be like vampires and shit, just penis lotion and stay looking young.
But yeah, I don't know. If there was a way to like clean slate everything and just start
There's
over.
not.
There is not, unless like it's some mass extinction. I mean, that's really what it is, right? An asteroid hitting, or all of us waking up to realize that we're in a simulation, or whatever it is.
It's not
figuring out the singularity so that everybody is on that same page, everybody's on that same frequency, even if it's just for a split second. I think would change a lot of stuff. Yep. Just conversations. Bing.
That wasn't
a lot of stuff. No, that was me.
Oh.
I hit your glass.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
I'm just lucky I didn't spill it.
I think you go through another dark time, even if you have some sort of,
eventually, right? But
cataclysmic wipeout.
Oh, yeah, but
but you're gonna go through that power struggle thing again, and then that's just
maybe
human
not.
nature. Humans have two things that, in their deepest recesses of their DNA, humans only want two things. They want power, and they want to explore. They want to push boundaries and have power in those new boundaries. That's what humans do. That's all we do. Like, we want to be the top of the food chain, and most humans will do what it takes to be in a position of power. And for the people who don't crave power, they crave exploration. And then those people of power try to take power over that new exploration. That's what we do. We started off on a continent, then we expanded on that continent, and then we expanded beyond that continent, and people of power followed behind those explorations. So, two things that all of humanity will always need. And even if we had a mass extinction, watch The Walking Dead. I know you're not on it, but watch The Walking Dead. That shit would happen. People would be fighting to take over other people's no matter how peaceful you want to be in a tribal community. There's always going to be one asshole who thinks it's not fair.
So then you fucking end that dude.
Yeah, but is that fair?
1 second.
Because
Yeah.
he differs. He has a different opinion than everybody else in the community. I
Yeah,
mean,
because
you just kill him?
eventually, right? You
So
have
then
to
you're
get
playing
on. You
God.
get on the same page because we are gods. That's what I'm trying to tell you. We all have that touch, sir.
I'm having trouble keeping my headphones on.
Because you
with my
got
head
the
explosion.
touch. You got the power. I wish I could remember that
Is
song.
that the new R. Kelly song?
No, man,
Oh.
that's fucking Transformers 1980 whatever when Rodimus Prime is opening up the fucking Matrix.
Wow, you went deep on that.
That's what's up, bro.
Theme songs and all. That would have taken me a little bit of reference time in my Dewey Decimal System in my brain.
You ever say that to your kids? They're gonna look at you like, "What the fuck did you just say to me? Dewey Decimal? What is
What the
that?"
hell is a card system?
Yeah. But no, it's been fun. We should probably wrap this up.
It's been a great
Great first season.
educational year.
It's been a great first season.
Is that how we're rolling this?
A
Do we have to
lot
put
of-
season 2 on everything we release now?
Nah, fuck all that shit. We're still just rolling numbers numerically, but this
Good,
This is
'cause-
basically the start. It'll probably be in like that title, like origin stories and season 2.
I see what you people are doing when you do your seasons of podcasts. By starting in season 2, you're forcing me to want to go back and listen to season 1, and I don't like it.
Are you though?
It depends on if they're good, man. If you catch me in your newest episode, I'll go back 1 or 2 more, and if you lose me, I'm out. But if you got me, I'll go back and listen to some back catalog. It depends on how much you like, how often you put out on a podcast. I mean, it's hard to keep up with Joe Rogan's podcast. I mean, that dude's got a new
No, you gotta.
episode every day, sometimes 2.
Yeah, you gotta.
But I don't watch.
But
the
then
fight
he's gone
companion
like
ones.
as a week. They're pretty cool because they're
I'll
not.
listen to 'em.
You should because they're not. It's not all like calling fights. Like sometimes it is, but sometimes it's just talking bullshit. Some of it's like, especially when Bravo used to get like drunk or high, like he'd talk about a lot of conspiracies and shit, Tower 7,
Yeah.
all that shit.
Tower 7.
But it's cool to watch with like when he's not calling a fight. It's interesting to put it on in the background and watch a fight. I will say that I've done that a couple of times. Big plans in the way for us for events. October 6th, I'm putting together a brew tour. And then I was going to try to, just me being ambitious, link it in so that it would end at like Chunky's and we could watch the fights because Conor McGregor is fighting Khabib October 6th. But instead...
Is Diaz going to be in one of their corners?
No, Diaz is fighting. He's probably the co-main event. If not, he's on the card. He's supposed to
Is
be
he gonna
fighting
fight?
Dustin Poirier. Yeah, he signed on to fight Dustin Poirier that same night.
Okay.
So, and I would
I
guess
thought I
that
had saw something that said
my
he
guess is the
wasn't gonna
winner of,
fight.
if they were smart, the winner of Diaz Poirier would get the whoever beats Conor, Khabib.
Does he want another shot at Conor?
Of course he does, bro. That's the money. That's the money fight.
That's the money
It is
fight,
the money
yeah.
fight. I mean, him going for the title is money, but him fighting
He hasn't
Conor
fought
is
yet,
money.
right?
Nah, man, he don't want to fight until he fights Conor.
No.
But-
Conor hasn't fought. Hasn't
Since
fought
the
a
bus
fight
incident?
since. No, since has he had a fight since Mayweather?
No.
No.
Nope. No, that's why he doesn't have the title anymore. That's man.
And
I mean, I get
throwing
it.
shit
You
at
shouldn't-
buses.
Yeah, dumbass.
I thought he was getting suspended for that.
No, community service, bro. Fucking come
Really?
on. Yeah, was it
How does
five
the
5
UFC
days? Yeah, I think it was 5 days community service, anger management.
That was the legal ramifications. That wasn't like a UFC.
UFC is waiting for him to come back so they can make some fucking money. Get out of here.
I know they want to make money off him, but I really thought that they had said they were suspending him. So
He hasn't fought since then. Of course, you're suspended.
we suspend you 2 months.
We suspended while you're not fighting.
While you're training, you're suspended.
Go crazy, go wild. We're not going to suspend you right now. So I am putting a brewery tour, and then for a selective few VIP people, we're going to come back here. I'm going to rent a screen, and we're going to show the fights outside. Assuming, I mean, it'll be October 6th, so hopefully it'll be like 70 degrees.
It'd be beautiful out.
I mean, maybe.
Love October nights.
It's early October nights. Some
Yeah.
late times it can get the
Well-
snow can come in. Like we've had some fucked up
Last
shit.
year we didn't get like our real cold snap until January.
That
I
is
mean,
true. That is true.
Christmas we weren't even sure if it was gonna
Snow, yeah.
snow. I mean, I think it was almost 50 degrees the day before or 2 days before.
Something like that. But yeah, so I'm gonna plan that, and then I am gonna plan a fight night, like at a Chunky's or something, or some big event, and look to link up with some local fighters. Joe Lozon's out of Massachusetts. Gabriel Gonzaga's out of Massachusetts. I'm Tim Karen, he's out of Manchester. He just fought the end of June on the UFC Contender, which is on Fight Pass. I have Fight Pass. I'm not promoting Fight Pass. I just have it. So, was that like a wink or a yawn? I'm not really sure what you.
It was
just
a
did to
yawn
me.
that I was fighting.
Stop talking about fighting. So, anyways,
I like fighting. You know I do. I just don't know it as well as you.
So, a lot of big plans. That's all I'm saying. Thank you for tuning in. Season 1, basically in the books. We are officially a year since the website went live. A year since we went on iTunes, like a year since we got official. We had our first big event, raised some good money for a great cause
all learning
near and dear to our
experiences.
heart, learned a bunch of shit, and now we're on the next step, bro. We're going to just keep moving on, moving up, doing our thing, hanging out, eating some chicken wings. That food was, dude, how was that macaroni and cheese, bro?
Oh,
Fuck,
yo,
dude, how was that macaroni and cheese?
Your wife hooked me up, by the way, because she divvied up all that food
Oh yeah, she did.
3 ways. Asshole.
Dude, Billy was so mad.
Man.
He's like, why is there one box here?
But she hooked it up, man. Your wife did a great job divvying that shit up, man. I couldn't even eat all of it when I
I had to tell her, I was like, just so you know, Billy had some wings.
I had a wing.
A wing, no shit,
Yo.
off camera.
Dude, I can't. Yeah, I was fucking mouth on that thing.
Dude, what are you doing, bro?
You knew what I was
I
doing.
knew what you was doing.
I
That
didn't realize.
fucking-
I didn't realize you could
You
see
sucked
me in
that
the corner.
like rib like it was.
No, I didn't. I didn't even eat a rib. But it's funny because the next day I had it for lunch. I came home. I forgot it, so I went home to eat it for lunch, and I gave my father-in-law one of the chicken wings, and he did. That is exactly what I must have looked like when I was eating it. 'Cause he's just all messy, just eating it.
So
I see you.
shout out to Podcast New Hampshire. We need to talk. Shit happens when you party naked. New Hampshire Business Show, and there's like, so I just named 3. We're 4. So there's 15 other shows.
We're the flagship.
Sure.
No.
Sure. I mean,
For
we
the
can
Northeast.
be. We are
We're holding it down.
NSFW podcast. Check out that network. We blow up Twitter. We are over
Hashtag no
350. Hashtag no offense. Bigger bots, memoirs, Simmons and More podcast. Shit happens when you party naked again because I can't get enough of those motherfuckers.
I mean, if you run out of the backlog of every other ones, check out Bickerbots. They're pretty good.
Shit happens.
They're
Or no, I already
angry.
said them. Sipping and swearing. Sometimes sipping and swearing and these drunk bees. There's a lesbian, a bisexual, and a straight girl, and they just get smashed and talk questions.
Sounds
good
like
shit.
a female version of Bickerbots.
Kind of, except not as polished with their current event topics. They have listener questions versus like headlines, I guess.
Yeah.
But other
Good
than
on
that,
them.
there was one thing. We should really start airing these. Billy doesn't say much in our group chats
Oh,
because
yes.
he I don't know, he just
I work.
He's working, whatever. I sit
I
at
don't
a desk.
sit at a desk.
He stands on his feet and plays with his dick.
I be flexing the muscles all day.
Yeah, that's what it is. So I have to find it.
Listen.
So every once in a while, because we comment to each other about if we fuck something up or what we thought was funny, there are some positive aspects, or if we talk shit about other podcasts, namely them, they, like, damn, man, somebody likes talking smack about me. And
it's
Billy,
constructive criticism.
Right.
Well, at least I hope I'm taking it that way.
So, Billy don't ever say shit unless his name gets tagged. And even then, it might just be like a thumbs up or a laughy emoji. Right.
I read it. I read through the entire thread. I just don't feel the need to comment on everything. I like to.
So I'll let you read PJ's comment and then your letter back, your fan letter back to him, which I find hilarious. I think we should create a segment with
my way of
people
coping.
can send in their comments or issues or questions about the show, and Billy will respond to you with a fan mail reply.
I just want to keep it positive. So basically the gist of the comment was PJ from the Bickerbots had loosely accused me of using a phrase that he had used or coined on his show.
Fucking accusations.
I know.
That gets people fired, bro.
He was fired. So I appropriately answered with, Dear PJ, I appreciate you listening to the show and hope that you continue to enjoy our content. I can assure you that no right infringement or trademark infringement occurred on the phrase spreading the seed. I checked on it. Our research team looked at it. To ensure there's no hard feelings, I've enclosed a code for 10% off coupon for Smoke Proper. Shout out to Smoke Proper. And a big for you. So thanks again for being a fan. Sincerely, Billy C. Love you to death, PJ.
And if you
and there are a couple other
see
ones.
this,
So if you want to leave a review,
give the finger. He will respond, and
I will. I leave a review, and I will happily address it.
that's a good idea. Leave a review on iTunes, and
Positive,
Billy
constructive.
shall-
If you want to be a troll, I'm just going to scroll right through you. That doesn't matter. But give me some quality feedback, and we'll address it, man.
Hell yeah.
See how this goes.
Until next time, I'm not sure who we have coming up next. Might just be us again.
Might have
Might
a
be
couple
somebody.
surprise guests.
Might be
next couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you're nervous, bro. You're nervous. It's all good.
I just hope she still loves me after.
Ooh, that's teetering. So we'll see. Shout out for 2-3 weeks from now. We'll find
I'll
out.
probably be after camping, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Here's to
Cheers,
another
bro.
year.
Hell yeah. Season
Good night.
2.